Welcome to Issues and Answers with Diane Kinderwater. Issues and Answers is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. And now, Issues and Answers with your host, Diane Kinderwater.
Welcome to the program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. On KCHF TV, they're always so gracious to bring you information about the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. It's one of our biggest events here in the state of New Mexico, and it brings billions of dollars into our state for local business, and which is fantastic, and it's a very positive event. Now, back in the day, it used to be the Kodak Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, and if you were there like I was there in 1985, people were buying film and taking pictures and buying rolls of film when the Kodak distributor was there with more rolls because you just needed to shoot all these photos. And of course, when you got home, did I really need 100 photos that you printed off, which could gotta be costly? Well, that's how we got our images from the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, Kodak film. And then maybe you had your own little film camera. Well, things have certainly changed. On the program today, we're going to talk about how the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta gets out their media across the world. It's not just black and white or color photos any longer. We're going to tell you how the word is spread across the world about our event here in New Mexico. I'll be back right after this. Stay with us. We know more and more people, young people, actually everybody's getting their content from the internet. They love to learn about the news, but we're still grateful to have our viewers here on KCHF TV who like to tune in and find out what's going on. And again, we especially appreciate Issues and Answers bringing you the breaking news of the day. Also, we're going to talk about other ways that people are finding their media, their information, and we got Dylan Wind with us. He's a content creator for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. As a young person for 5 years, you've been producing content for them, and I'm thinking, and that's for social media, but I'm thinking, Dylan, content is just watching the balloons go up.
Yes, very true. Content is everything that you can see with your eyes, listen with your ears, see, basically. What we're doing right now is content, of course. So we are both content creators. However, the age of social media has made things a lot more interesting, a lot more available for people all around the world to share their experiences and how things work all across the world. And that is no different for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
Yeah, back in the day, when your mother worked in TV, other TV, and I worked in other TV, it was just the three local stations, really just broadcasting and people watching that. But now we can relive events because of social media.
And the online age has really made things so much better for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. As you were saying, back in the day, you had our local stations.
You weren't even around back. You weren't even back in the day.
I'm doing back in the day. Oh yeah.
How do you know about that?
I mean, my parents tell a lot of stories about being on the field, buying more film for their Kodak cameras and all that stuff. Oh yeah, they used to tell me all about that. And I was born in '99, so I was a little too old for. A little too young, for the
Dylan,
film
I would
cameras.
buy a lot of film my first time, shooting all these pictures and then paying for them to be developed.
Exactly.
Now, nothing like that.
Now it's still the most photographed event in the world. It's just instead of being on a big camera, you have it on phones, on GoPros, on all sorts of different devices. And it's so amazing because with the advent of the social media age and the internet, the images and the scenes from the Albuquerque International, the beauty of the Balloon Fiesta has spread across the world. I've met so many people in my day-to-day life where they ask where I'm from. I say, oh yeah, I'm from Albuquerque. Oh, you know about the Balloon Fiesta, right? People either ask about the Balloon Fiesta or Breaking Bad. That's pretty much, everybody knows Albuquerque for. So they always ask me about one of those two things, and I say, yeah, a Balloon Fiesta is every October.
They found about it on social media.
Exactly. They see a beautiful video or pictures from Balloon Fiesta on their Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok. They see these videos online, and they want to know more about it, how they can attend, and it brings in more tourism from around the world to Albuquerque than before.
So you're the one who produces a lot of the content, or have been for 5 years now. But again, to me, I'm thinking, Dylan, you just shoot a picture of the balloons and that's your content. But you're more creative than just shooting the balloons. What do you do?
We do,
Other than stand on your head.
Other than stand on my head,
Maybe
of course.
you have stood on your head.
Maybe, yes. I wish I had that skill, to be honest, but hey, it's fair. Usually, yes, we do have photos go up on social media, and that is content as well. We usually use photos from our photographers, our professional photographers at Fiesta. But what I do is I go around onto the field and I take video of each of the balloons, inflating of the balloons, going up and away into the air, glows, whole 9 yards, and even the small little niche things like going onto the main street, buying a burrito, going and drinking a hot cup of coffee on a cold, cold New Mexico morning. Just the little things that make people give a more human element to the festival and make people say, hey, yeah, I'd like to go experience that as well. It's a lot like sports photography and sports videography, except in this sport of ballooning, you are in the action. I mean, I was filming today and a balloon was about to needed more weight on, so I just ran up and put weight on, and you can't do that. You can't just go onto the field at a football game and high-five one of the players. You know, that's...
Isn't that cool? At
Yes.
the Balloon Fiesta, you can do that.
And anybody can do that.
Yeah. So when you do the content, your little snippets, how many seconds do people have to pay attention to? I know this program is a half hour. Hopefully people are staying with us a half hour, but other people with social media, they don't want to last more than, what, 4 seconds?
It's around a minute to 30 seconds. That's around the sweet spot. We usually go around 20 to 30 seconds for each of our videos.
20 seconds?
Yes. And we have to instantly get people's attention within the first second or they scroll past. So if we want to make an impact, we got to go right in at the very, very first second and then go along with the story exposition of our content.
And hopefully people are watching longer than that. I think we're able to track. Were you telling me able to track how
Yes.
long people watch something?
There's
Tell me-
analytics and everything on each social media app that tells us when people click off, when people click on, when people are watching, if the video has been repeated multiple times, how many people have liked it, what demographic of people like watching it, what demographic of people are in each country view it. We could say like this video is popping off major in Europe, but another video we have is doing really, really well here domestically. We can kind of figure out
Where
how
are
to
the,
carry
you have
this
your
content.
phone. Where are these
Yes, I do.
analytics? It's kind of scary because we all know we're all being tracked
Yes,
by our phones.
exactly.
You know, a lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
But we are being tracked.
We are being tracked, yes. But we don't see names, phone numbers. Don't worry about that. It's okay. We just see the data analytics of the age demographic of each person and usually gender. And that's usually all we can
But
see
how
on
do
our
they
end.
even know that? How do they know your age? How do they know?
Usually
And,
you have
who
to-
is they? Who is they?
They is like
who
the-
is they? I'd say the government. But
Meta, the companies that own these platforms. So Facebook and Instagram, they're owned by Meta. They used to be just Facebook. TikTok is owned by its own company, TikTok.
in China, they
In
say.
China,
In
yes.
China?
It's
Well,
a
China.
ByteDance, I believe, is the parent company of it. And they have a domestic branch out here in
So
the
you
US.
put on a little video, and we're able to track if they like that video. People like
Indeed,
that video.
yes. And the way that they know your age and your gender is when you make an account, you got to provide your birthday so they know
they
you're
know.
old enough and all that stuff. But
know.
that really helps us because now we know what demographic we're going for and what we need to cater more to. The Fiesta itself is a lot more popular with folks ages 30 and up, and we want to cater to the next generation of balloonists, next generation of people who are on these social media apps on their phones, and they see ballooning. They like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to apply for my ballooning license. I want to get into this sport. Because that's how I got into it. I got into it through my family, through volunteering for Fiesta. A lot of other people in my age group, they're getting into it just by seeing stuff on social media.
Wow, crazy stuff. So what have you learned that people like to see you provide, social media-wise? What do they like to see?
It depends. Our social strategy as well, shout out to Michaela and to Jess at Garrity Group for doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. But we cast a wide net. We do everything from serious videos about how ballooning works, the box, everything when it comes to ballooning, what an envelope is called, the science behind how a balloon rises and stuff like that, the basics, all the way to funny, silly meme videos about Balloon Fiesta and things around it. I remember about 4 years ago, there was a dance trend using a Starbursts ad from many years ago about, I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. So I did a little dance in front of a strawberry-shaped balloon and Arabelle, the cow, and I talked about how I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. And that went crazy because that was trending at the time. on social media.
What do you mean it went crazy?
I think we got around 100,000 likes on that video, I want to say, potentially.
And you had the balloon, the strawberry behind you, the dairy balloon, and you were dancing.
And I just did a little dance, and I said, "I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream," and that's how I got it.
And that's about how long it was?
Yes. It was like about 5 seconds long.
Oh!
6 seconds long.
Oh, so people scroll through it?
People scroll
and
through
just
it,
say
yeah.
they like that.
Oh, yeah.
100,000 people.
Oh, yeah. And that's just, so many people go and they like it, and the viewership numbers are even higher than that, of course. But we try to test with a lot of different avenues, especially trying to get Gen Z, Gen Alpha into ballooning as
Gen
well.
Alpha. What's Gen Alpha?
That's the one before Gen Z. So I'm a Gen Z. I'm in Generation Z. Generation Alpha, their parents are usually millennials. They're born between, I want to say, 2010 and 2022, I want to say. So you're very young kids. Those are the kids that we're trying to reach out to now, starting to mature into 18-year-olds, starting to mature into adulthood. We want them to be a part of this Fiesta experience as well.
Oh, because they can spend some money.
Exactly.
They can spend
Exactly.
some- okay.
Exactly.
So, what other videos have you done that have gotten 100,000 likes to them?
Another one I did is I went and I filmed during competition. I think they were doing just a baggie drop that day. And
And the competition is, again, the balloons are going up over the competition field with a
Yes.
big X on it, and they're dropping a baggie filled with sand and trying to hit the marks
Correct,
for
yes.
points and to win prize. So it's exciting if you're out there watching that, especially if they get close.
If they
of
get
course,
close,
there's a
yes.
key grab. There's a key used to be with car on a big pole. I think 5 of them are around the field, and the balloons, you can't navigate them. You got to just go with the wind
yeah.
and try to get close. And I know it's exciting to be there to see that. Not everybody can. So here we got Dylan Wynn shooting something from competition and getting people to like it. So what did you shoot, Dylan?
I did a lot of the fails of the competition. So they might be going a little too low and they might bounce or something, get disqualified. And I just put goofy sound effects, like cartoon sound effects over each of them. And that did very, very well. It was about a 20-second video. I think that got around 500,000 views, I want to say. I'm not too sure about the metrics these days, but that did very well. And people were commenting, "Who's running this account? This is hilarious. I don't know what's going on?" You know, that's content that not a whole lot of people see on the Balloon Fiesta page. So we like catering to that, as well as your daily recaps, the videos of the the Chile airplane, the air team flying over the field with the national anthem going and the flicker burn and the candlestick glow in the morning, all the way into the events in the evening. We do a little recap video every single day, throw that out onto social media as well.
And show me what you shoot it just with your cell?
Just with my phone. I have a Pixel 6 Pro. This thing has very, very good camera, shoots in 4K 60 FPS. So all I need to do is I usually just use my phone like this, and I just shoot it, usually in vertical, because that's how most of it is being consumed. I can also do it in horizontal if I want to.
They consume it more in vertical.
A lot more in vertical because you can use it in one hand. Now YouTube, if you're on YouTube, more people use it in horizontal mode, but vertical is better for Instagram, for Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, because you're scrolling through a timeline or scrolling through videos. So that's why you have to shoot vertically. All my stuff is shot
Otherwise,
vertically.
if you do horizontal, it's for YouTube.
Yes.
But people don't scroll as
Correct.
much.
They're sitting there and they're watching it. That's a longer video, 10 minutes plus of a
but you're
video
scrolling.
there. But if you're doing short form content, you're usually doing it in vertical. So this year I have a brand new system. I have this mount that I have that it's a little cage that I put my phone in so that I can just have a better stabilization, better Y-X axes and everything. It's all stable, and then I can just go around to balloons and take as much video and photo as I want.
And do you edit that?
Yes. So either I edit it or the folks at AIBF Media, they edit that into whatever they want. We just finished a video about pin trading. So I went around and I traded pins for 48 hours, and I tried to get as high as I could on the pin chart. And we just edit that. I just have to do a voiceover, and it'll go out on our social media probably by tomorrow.
Okay, shoot us here.
Absolutely. So all I do is I put up my phone. You can see me in there,
Okay.
just like that, and I just record. And now I can show off whatever I want. There you are, Diane.
I'm with Dylan Wynn here at the KCHF TV studio talking about social media.
Beautiful. All right, so now I could take this video and I can just post it onto social media. Easy.
Play it right now.
I can show off whatever I want. There you are, Diane. See, boom. And so that video,
Wait,
I
that
can
was
shoot.
really quick.
Yeah, well, it
You're
is a
gonna
little
get me
quick.
to say KCHF TV.
Here, I got you.
We're
Already?
doing it again. This is what they do, social media. I'm with Dylan Wynn at the studio at KCHF TV here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, talking about social media and the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
I love social media. There you go. And then I will just take that video, and I'll usually use an editor. So I go into the edit feature here. I got to unlock my phone first, of course. Go into this editor here. Usually we use editors such as CapCut. That's another editing software that we use as well. And we can clip this video down. We can make sure that everything looks good. Oh yeah, it's the whole shebang. We could edit everything. We don't need to export it to a computer anymore. Remember the days?
Edit it on your phone.
Edit it on your phone, post it straight from your phone. You don't need a computer anymore. We usually like using computers though because you can dial in some more effects or get a better voiceover, put more stuff into a timeline a lot better. Like on television, you want to use a computer. So we usually use computers, but you can do the full capability, the whole show, anything you want from your phone.
And where can people find it on the Balloon Fiesta page?
That would be at Balloon Fiesta, so it will at Balloon Fiesta on all of our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, now X, and TikTok.
But if I go to the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta page,
yes,
I go to the tab that says at Fiesta?
I believe so. Or you could scroll all the way down. There's usually some logos on the bottom of all the social media pages. Click one of those, follow us.
Oh, you got to click and follow it.
Yes, make sure to follow us.
How many different content would you put on each day?
So outside of Fiesta, outside of this beautiful 9 days that we have, we usually put out around 1 or 2 videos a week or so, just to keep people thinking about Fiesta during the off season. And then as it's ramping up, starting around March or April, we start doing a post a day or 3-5 posts a day of each balloon that's going to be at Fiesta, and we welcome them into the program. And we get their photo, and we say, welcome this balloon pilot from this country or this city. And we post all of that all the way up until Fiesta. Then we start posting our regular content right before Fiesta starts. And as soon as the festival's going, we are in content mode. We are shooting, filming, editing, voiceover, doing all sorts of posting around the clock, pretty much almost all the entire time that we are at Fiesta. It is a nonstop, no sleep thing. And Fiesta, you have to wake up early, so I'm craving some sleep right now. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It's so much fun. I can do whatever I want editing-wise, post it out on social media, bring the glory and the beauty of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta with us.
You are in your 20s.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're a Gen Z?
Gen Z, yes. I'm Gen Z.
How are you and your classmates, your workmates, receiving media these days? Where do you get your news across the country?
Usually through social media. I would like to also say a lot of Gen Z folks are they try to be very educated. So we're watching, a lot of the television stations here, they post all their content online. So we look at online. We don't have cable anymore. I don't have a cable subscription. So what I do is I just look online for all my news, and I go to the websites, I go to my local news stations, and I read and I watch all the content that they have put up there. And then we mainly also get a lot of our information from social media as well. So through YouTube, through Twitter, through TikTok, all that stuff. And then we use fact-checking sites to make sure that everything that we're hearing online isn't just a lie that somebody made up.
Well, what's the fact-checking site?
PolitiFact is one. There's another one called Snopes, Snopes.com. Snopes is a site that dispels urban legends and rumors and stuff like that. Like, there was a video that went viral pretty recently about there was a man in India who was found, and he's 180 years old. And immediately people were going to Snopes and saying, doesn't sound about right. The guy was actually around 110, which is still amazing. But
so the
rumor was that they were 180, and that's what people were falling for. So we go and check on Snopes and it's a real video. It's just mislabeled.
And here, this program, KCHF TV, Issues and Answers, and all their programming on KCHF TV, you can go online and watch live.
Indeed, yes. And we do that too. We go online to our local stations. We watch live on our phones, tablets, even televisions.
And here, the station also is on YouTube.
Yes.
They download it onto YouTube, the programs.
And that's a massive part of what we do as well. We like going onto YouTube and keeping up with the facts and stuff.
How many hours would you say, not when you're working Fiesta, do you go to social media for news content?
So, myself, I am a social media manager as well. I do a lot of marketing work. So my screen time is horribly insane. I think it's around 7 hours a day or so on the high end. The low end, around 4 hours a day I'm on social media.
On your phone?
On my phone. Let me try to pull it up right now.
You're on social media 4 to 7 hours a day.
I believe so, yes. It is kind of crazy. It's not healthy, but I'm a social media manager. I need to stay in the know. I need to stay what the trends are so I can use it for my clientele. The average person would probably be on the 4-hour high end, maybe 4 to 6 hour high end, and maybe 1 or 2 hours low end on social media. But those numbers, unfortunately, are creeping up more and more these days, and that's something that a lot of people are trying to reel back. Social media addiction is a real thing, and as much as I play into that being a social media manager, us as humanity, we need to figure out ways to get off of social media more.
Of course,
and more.
people, when they'd come home from work or from school, they'd have the TV on from 5 o'clock in the afternoon till when they went to bed at 10 or 11. So that's 5-6 hours right there that they're watching or have the TV on. What were you saying about it's a real addiction?
A lot of these apps, potentially knowingly, there's some lawsuits going on right now with Meta and with TikTok, that these apps have knowingly made their products more and more addictive to young children and to young adults. And you're seeing a lot of lawsuits because of depression and anxieties being formed because people are on their phones a little too much. And I wouldn't say that it's the phone's fault. I would say it's more of the service's fault. I would say there's a better way to be able to have your media appetite and to be able to curb the potential addiction there. It's just very, very hard sometimes. As of yesterday, 8 hours, 33 minutes I spent on my phone.
Show the screen.
I spent 4 hours and 40 minutes on TikTok alone, and that was just through looking at different memes and different trends and dances and whatnot.
8
that we
hours.
use for Fiesta. Yes, so that's 8 hours of screen time that I'm using. My Gmail, I was 2 hours, 25 minutes on my email. And these numbers are pretty common, pretty frequent. You see a lot of these screen times here. They're very common in my generation. So the questions that we need to be asking now are, how do we take away some social media time? How do we stop investing so much of our hard-earned time into social media and start investing it into experiences that we can be having, such as going to Balloon Fiesta, seeing these balloons not on your screen,
but in person.
But in person.
But in person. But people, is there a satisfaction as a person, I'll ask you, feel satisfied by watching something on your cell compared to going, like the Indy 500 or the Daytona 500 or a Major League Baseball game or something, or a ballet? You can't go to New York to see Broadway, but you can see something on your cell. How satisfying is that to get an experience on your cell that you could not do in person?
I would say it's a very, very high satisfaction. If you want to watch the Indy 500, if you want to watch any sports thing, you usually either watch it on your phone if you're away, but a lot of people still watch it on TV. They just boot up the TV, find whatever channel it's on, and watch it from there. But on phones, you usually have clips of what's going on. So if you aren't home, if you aren't able to watch it online, you could see all of the action, all the highlights, and kind of comment on that as well.
In just a few minutes to see all the highlights of the show.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Within minutes, like there's people on TikTok that I think the Padres had a walk-off homer on the Dodgers in the NLDS this past week, and they posted it, and all the comments were like, "This was 2 minutes ago. Why are you already posting this?" Yeah, it's very, very fast and up to date.
Are you well? You're very social on your cell and in person.
Yes.
But it seems like a lot of young people aren't able really to communicate with others because they are on their phones quite a bit.
I believe that is a huge concern that we need to address as Gen Z becomes into older age, as we become founding members of society. We need to address the concerns of social media addiction and social media usage in general. There's a lot of people who are ditching their phones. They don't use their phones. They throw it away. They get a dummy phone. They get like a T-Mobile Sidekick, or like a flip phone or something to use so that they could always be connected with, calls and texts. Keep that online, but you don't need the social media apps. People are doing social media cleanses now, where they go off of social media for like a month and they don't use it, they don't look at it, they don't think, they try not to think about it. You're seeing a lot more people be a lot more happy and a lot more enlightened in the fact that they are away from social media, and that part of their day is just can be replaced with more productive or more proactive things.
Except social media brings you around the world
Correct.
rather than your current day.
So I think we shouldn't entirely abandon social media. I think it gives a really, really good benefit to humanity and to society. We need to limit how much we use it and go out and have these experiences like a Balloon Fiesta. My job is just to show Balloon Fiesta to as many people as possible and show the wonder and joy that it brings to thousands of people every year and brings millions of dollars to our local economy. I want to bring that to people who could potentially come by in the next 1, 2 to 5 years.
Exactly, and showing them the excitement of it all on your little screen.
On my little cell phone.
How amazing! What is the future, Dylan Wynn? What's the future?
I think we will still have television, radio, everything else for the foreseeable future. Those are still major stalwarts that I don't think are going to be going away anytime soon. I think you'll be seeing a lot more live streaming content, a lot more stuff on your cell phone nowadays more than ever. I mean, Balloon Fiesta Live, for example, you can pull it up on your phone, watch from anywhere. Especially on your phone. So you're going to be able to see a lot more stuff on your mobile device, on the go. You're going to be able to consume a lot more content on the go.
As you're going, you can still get the content going as well.
Exactly.
So you can experience live in person something and do at the same time see something live somewhere else.
Yes,
so
because
that's a
that
possibility.
field is many football fields long. You're not going to be able to see all the action. So sometimes you'll be able to like go onto social media, see what happened on the other end of the field that day. Exactly.
So you're experiencing it. Plus, so it's double whammy.
Double whammy. You get more of the experience for the same price.
Dylan Wynn, thank you so much for being a part of this program and enlightening us and making us laugh and
Thank you for having
understanding
me.
it better. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching this program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. Make it a great week with your family. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Issues and Answers with your host, Diane Kinderwater, is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. To comment on today's program, email us at kchftv.org or call us at 505-345-1991. Join us again for Issues and Answers with Diane Kinderwater.